Hey there, everybody. It's Jessie from FOREO. It's nice to see you all again. I hope you're tuning in and you have, I don't know, a good cup of coffee with you so that you can settle in and listen to what I have to say. I'm talking today about the Generation 4, our brand new generation of Lunas, and they are something special. Actually, more than just Lunas. So a very pleasant surprise. We've introduced a body tool. So stay tuned. I know I've got you on the edge of your seat. For those of you who don't know really much about FOREO, let me just say we are a beauty company out of Stockholm, Sweden. We are a high-tech beauty tool company. We are owned by two brothers, and they are engineers and are very, very smart and wise about not only their inventions, but their business ideas as well. So it's a pleasure to work for FOREO. Oftentimes, very frustrating in the beauty business these days. There's all sorts of new things coming out. We have made a lot of believers out of FOREO, and I'm very thankful for that. We have a loyal clientele, and you're probably one of them right now listening to me. Let me tell you a little bit about how our tools work. Of course, I know some of you already know this, but we are a sonic-driven device. We operate on sound waves, and lithium batteries is basically it. We have learned from the past that sound waves are much more gentle to cleansing the skin, to anti-aging the skin, for treatments, as well as just plain old washing your face every day. So we love the fact that we let the sound waves do all the work for us. All of our tools, from the UFO to the bears to our Lunas, are all waterproof, up to 4 feet deep. So you could take it in your bathtub and shower with you, and no problem. For you Esties in the treatment room, you can plunge them down into your sink and leave them in water for a while when you exit your room to have your client get dressed. Very, very convenient. All of our products are so consumer friendly that it's really a pleasure to sell them to your clients. They rarely get returned. We've got very durable products, and I'm very thankful for that, because nobody wants a bunch of returns sitting around in their back room, and we just don't have that. I don't know, we don't have that problem happening. So we're well made, and we last a long time. Everything's got a 2-year warranty on it, and that 2-year warranty usually ends up turning into much longer. In fact, I'll tell you, here's a good example. This is the new Luna 4. This was the very first Luna. I received it in 2013 doing a show in New York City with my friend Donna Farrow, who helped the brothers get FOREO on the map. She works for another company that the brothers own. The thing is that she gave me this when I left the show, and I wasn't employed with them. I lived in the Virgin Islands then, but look at the difference. Look at all these touch points to lie on the surface of your skin, of your face. And then here's this little one. And do you know this one? Can you hear it? It still works. It's a little bit louder than that one that doesn't hardly, you probably can't even hear that, but it still works, and it still cleanses gentle, and I still use it oftentimes. So that's just here to show you. This is 10 years old. In fact, 10 years in January will be our anniversary, and I did a show in December that year before. So it's actually 10 years old. So our warranties are excellent, but our products long extend beyond those warranties. We have customizable intensities to both cleanse and massage. I like the waterproof the best myself, but I think what the consumer likes best, and the waterproof, by the way, makes it so easy to clean up. Just a dollop of antibacterial soap and zip with your thumbs, and rinse it off, and that's it. The thing that I think the estheticians like the best is that quick cleanup, is because this is one piece of silicone. All of our products are just one silicone glove over the actual apparatus, and then it's all gathered up and put into this, put under this acrylic stay right here, and it sits on your counter just wonderful. But because it's one piece, when you try to separate these touch points, which is impossible to do. There's no cracks or crevices or encasing that you have to worry about bacteria getting in. Because these are soft and smooth and rounded on the end, bacteria, sebum, dead skin cells, you name it. Once you start sudsing it up, it just all slides off. In about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, you've got a bacteria-free device, which is unheard of, just unheard of. And an esthetician, when you're using 2 in the treatment room for your facials, you would just put a dollop of soap on, do this, scrub it together a little bit, get it really, really good, take it underneath the faucet with your thumbs running through it and so forth, really, really shaking it good afterwards, and lie it face down on a fluffy white towel for your client to come in and go, are they going to use that on me today? What is that? So it really is great for the treatment room, and you'll create a lot of attention, not to mention a whole lot of sales from the Luna and everything else you've got in your treatment room as well by FOREO. So some of the advantages are definitely the cleansing and the waterproof. I like, and I can see the consumer's face light up when I tell them that this is, when fully charged, good for 650 uses. Sometimes that goes right over people's heads. Other times they go 650 uses. And I think to myself, that's a once a year charge. So when you're traveling, when you're going places, you don't necessarily have to take your charger with you. It's no big deal. It just plugs in right there, but it lasts for a long, long time. And you, sometimes you lose your charger. You've got to call the spa that you bought it at and say, hey, do you have any extra chargers? Which I love to get those phone calls. That's when I know that someone has had my product for a year, when they start calling and saying, can I get extra chargers? You know, I've got some clients that can't find their chargers. So that's a good problem to have in my book. So that is some of the advantages and some of the features and benefits of our devices. Of course, we have cleansing devices and we have treatment devices. I personally think we have built a very firm and solid foundation, a FOREO foundation, if you would, on the fact that our cleanses are so gentle, that we don't disrupt the epidermis. We certainly don't take away any of your elasticity, which is gold when you get to be my age. The thing is that you can actually swirl this around on your face with a cleanser on it, and you can actually it just feels good. It just feels good. And afterwards, you can run your fingers over your face and just really say, oh my, that is definitely a difference between anything else that I've used. And I do mean anything else. So please know that there's lots of different advantages to having a Luna on your back bar, and of course a Luna on your clients' vanities. So that is kind of who we are, how we operate, so forth and so on. Let's get to this Luna 4 because it is fabulous. Now, pink was our big color for years and years, and we still have many things and many tools in pink, but our Luna 4, what we've always called normal skin, is now called balanced. So this is for balanced. The Luna 4 for sensitive is still that lilac color that we have from the Luna 3s. And then hold on, let me reach back here. That's what the combination looks like now. Okay. A lot of people are teaching their classes by our PowerPoint. I don't like to teach by PowerPoint. It just kind of says certain things and lacks, I don't know, it just lacks character in my book. I'm a big goofball, but this is the combination, balanced, and sensitive. Now, here's the big kicker. Here's what our new men's color is. It's a beautiful jewel tone. It's called Evergreen. It's like a forest green. It's really, really pretty. And isn't that odd? The original one, that was one of the colors. So here we go. There is the men's, and it is a beautiful color. And we have it in other tools as well. So let's talk a little bit about the Luna 4. This is our dual functioning Luna. We have dual functioning Lunas and single functioning Lunas. Okay. Now the single functioning Luna is a smaller Luna and comes in many different sizes, and there's quite a variety. We just have one dual functioning. The dual functioning is the granddaddy of them all. These two puppies can make your life so much easier. First of all, in the treatment room, when you're holding 2 at a time, now you'd be holding 2 at the same, but when you're actually giving a facial, clients are asking you questions. It gives you an opportunity to talk in your facials that you might not have. And when you talk to in your facials, someone says, what is that? Or what is that doing? Or boy, that feels good. That is an excellent opportunity for you in your nice soft voice to explain to them what exactly is happening to their skin and what's not happening to their skin. We're not pushing and pulling and twisting around and this and that. It's all gliding something fierce. It's wonderful how it almost tickles. It almost tickles. And your client will comment on it feeling, ooh. I always put it in my client's hand before I actually, have them in a comatose state. I turn it on, I hand it to them and say, Mrs. Smith, I'm going to be using 2 of these on your epidermis today, and I'll tell you why. So then she has it in her hand. Remember, when you place something in someone's hand, they want to own it. Right now, in their mind, they're thinking they own it. So a little psychology goes a long way. And if you're telling this, and of course you've got very limited time, but when you're telling Mrs. Smith about it and she's holding it and she's examining it, she's looking, it really goes a long way, because then she lies back, of course, and she's relaxed, and you're doing the whole 2 at a time and up the neck and around the décolleté area, and it's feeling so good. When you sweep it across her décolleté, she'll take a deep breath. When you're combing it up the neck, be sure and witness that exhale coming out, just simply because you don't want anyone to hyperventilate on your table, and you don't want to sweep that décolleté over and over again. You want to do it 2 or 3 times with her going, oh, and then exhaling out, because as you know, after a couple inhales and exhales, she's pretty much jello on your table. She's relaxed and everything is going her way. So be sure and talk a little bit about what's happening. She's going to ask a question. The door is open. You're not going to ruin your facial by talking. You want to educate. Don't sell it. Don't sell it to anybody. Just educate. When you educate what's happening in her mind as you're doing the facial, she's thinking, I need to probably get one of those. I already spend quite a bit of time here at the spa. I already spend my money on my skincare and so forth. And this is like a big insurance policy. And it's almost an extension of an esthetician's work, because most of you know our Generation 3 Lunas were the first time we introduced an app to the spa world. And an app can be quite intimidating at first. This is what the homepage looks like on our app right now. See all these little all of these. This is all of our devices that I have on my app. The app is a very helpful thing. If you go onto our Pro Channel hub and you go on to my YouTube page, there's lots of videos on how to pair your UFO to the app, your Bear to the app, your Lunas to the app, so the consumer can tune in and go home, click on their computer, and I'll teach them how to put it on their app. And it's really, really easy. But right now, let's just look. Okay, here's my Luna 4 right now. I know that it's bright in my office and I just don't have good lighting for this, but it'll give you a good idea. This is the home page, and let's see if I can't. See, it's just bright, but it tells you little tabs. It's got settings, and it has all these different massages, for instance, for your client to. In fact, let me just see if I can if you can see it on here. But for instance, one of the differences between our Luna 4 and our Luna 3 is that what happens is on Luna 3, you can cleanse, you can turn it on right now, it's turned on, and then you cleanse your face and so forth, and then you hold it down for a couple seconds and it'll turn itself off. But to get into that second function, you had to go into your computer or to your app. Well, I guess it is a computer. And when I start the treatment, this is eyes on the prize. They have chosen eyes on the prize, and I've got, of course, my. Hey, do you hear that? That is
2 seconds at a time.
That is just coming alive on my
device from the outer
desk.
corner of the under eye
Listen to this.
to the temple twice. Starting on the outer corner of the brow, Gently glide the device in a circle around the eye contour.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the treatment. But on generation 3, you had to get into one of these videos in order to perform the task on your face. Eye on the Prize is one, Nothing But Neck is one, there's Contour Crazy, Magic Mouth, great massage techniques. So that's what I mean by we're furthering your talents, and we're teaching them how to do it right. They forget a lot about what you tell them. So here's the app with this on it. It's great, but that was actually my Luna 4, right? This is what turned on my desk, not my Luna 3, and that's because the Luna 4 has this chance or choice to do this, but you could turn the app completely off. And here's the big hooray. These different touch points on the back right here, okay, are on and off switch. A deeper cleanse, which the motor goes up and becomes much more vigorous, and then a very gentle cleanse where it really slows down. Now the frequency, the sound wave frequency stays the same. It's all about triggering your lymphatic system, having your pores open and pushing out those toxins. Triggering the lymphatic system is the key to the success here. And it's nothing we did. We just picked the right sound wave, so it's done quickly and efficiently. But when your pores open, your body automatically starts pushing toxins out. Put a good pharmaceutical grade cleanser with that, and you've got a perfect storm. And it truly is a perfect storm. Now, this right here just came off of cleansing, and that's fine. But let's say that we want, I'm turning it completely off. Oh, I'm not either, because guess what? Here, I'm going to turn it off there. Okay, now when I turned off that, so does that. Okay, it'll start to blink because it wants to go on to the next one. Even when you don't have yours, it wants to complete the cycle. God love it, because a lot of us leave off the anti-aging or massage cycle. So right now, if you wanted to have that massage cycle, you simply click this twice and it will go in to that lower frequency sound wave, and then you can penetrate product. Our second function in our Lunas are all about blood stimulation. And when I say blood stimulation, I truly mean blood stimulation. We stimulate fibroblast cells, and that is fabulous, because everyone wants to support the growth growth of collagen, and we actually do it. And yes, you still get a great cleansing on that high frequency. You still have some really good circulation. But when you get into that second function, and that will be after you finish your entire facial and you've put their product on their face, their serums, and then of course their moisturizer, and you might have 3 or 4 different layers of product on. Same with what they have at home, because you've sold them that to take it home. But what they would do, because this will turn itself off just like it did a minute ago, what it will do is it will cleanse. And let me just turn this on. It's automatically in cleansing. I've already set my my features on the app. And then if you want it to be deeper, you just click that. Oh no, the feather's gentle. I'm sorry, wait, the feather is gentle. Here is the deep, oh, it just took off. There is the deeper cleanse, okay? And then you can just press the button to turn it completely off. Okay, so you've got all external buttons. No app. My phone is not on anymore. It is not on the app, as you can see, because the light's not on waiting. Okay, so that is a good thing. That what happens is you cleanse your face in your circumstances in an esthetician's life. Then you start in with extractions and so forth and so on. And guess what? Here's the newsflash. This denser touch point, if you've got 2 right here, you're going to take and you're going to fold over their nose. You're going to twist that in your hand sideways and come around, and little circles on the fold of that nose, just really going at it. If you have looked at your client, well, I know you have, when they're on the table and you're just trying to get an idea of what your whole 50 minutes is going to be, and you see a lot of extractions, your spirits kind of fall, because you're going to have to spend some time on maybe some uncomfortable feelings for your client, and who wants that? Plus, you've got to get the extractions out. You can't leave them with a dirty face, that's for sure. So these touch points right here will really get a lot of those blackheads gone. And if you see them at the beginning of your facial, take a swoop each side of some clay mask that you've got in your back bar and start to cleanse and start to do, what you do, and then wipe that clay mask away, fold the nose over and get right in there and do the same. And you'll see that you might have maybe a couple extractions, but not nearly what you saw at the beginning. So that is a real blessing when you're trying to get a lot done in that 50 minutes. So how do you get into that second function at the end? You take that, you click it once, there you are into cleansing. Now click it twice real fast. And you can feel it go, And then again, you have these two to choose from. A more gentle over here where the feather is. Now, this is set on different massage techniques. Another difference in the 3 and 4. So here is, you might be able to hear that. It's going, oh, that is a different massage. So let me turn it off and let me tell you about the massages that you have. So you have in cleansing, you've got the regular, just lymphatic drainage, constant pulsation, which I like. In the second function, you can program it to do, let me see here, lymphatic drainage is the one that always comes up, and it's the one you can always click and say go back to manufacturer's setup. You've got those choices in the app, but I set my main one to lymphatic in the second function, because they've been lying on your table for a while. You might need, by the way, you use this back service when you're trying to penetrate that product, you might start right here, because if you sense that they're having a little problem bleeding, massage therapists do it all the time. They flip their client over because they start on their face, and then of course they've got a little stuffiness in the sinuses, and they'll do their facial massage first, just to get their client breathing again, so they can relax and continue with their massage. But this is the side that you would use. So this middle one, if you set it for lymphatic drainage and leave it there, that gives you that option. But these two, you are just basically fast and slow. Motors really revving, or it's really calming down. And of course, most people like the calmer one for the massage part, the very end of your facial. So you can choose from, let's see here. Hold on. I know what I'm thinking. Trigger massage, shiatsu, reflexology, and I think that's it. Oh, deep tissue massage. So there's actually 5 to choose from. So if you take and you put 2 of those other 4, leaving the lymph drainage here, you've got some pretty good chances of covering what the client would really like. When it gets to the vigorous one, oops, I got to turn it on first. Double click to get into that second function. And then when you choose that vigorous one, I like to take and put it at the back of their neck. Okay, so you've got 2 in the back of their neck at the very, very end. If you don't have this sold throughout your facial, as soon as you touch this to their neck and come around here, of course, you can't get to a lot of it because they're lying on the table, but you know what I'm saying. You could do this bit. Oh yeah. For all I know, you might sell 2. Depends on just how you educated them. But here, and then you just hold that down and it'll stop. Now, all that was done without an app. I brought the app in so you could see it, but it's not in your treatment room. Your phone does not have to be in your treatment room. And your phone, if you were just, Jessie Boatright, taking off her makeup every night, I do not have to take my phone into my vanity area as well. And that's good. Sometimes I look at the little videos because I don't know, I like to have some variety, but most of the time I don't. And most of the time women will choose their favorite video and then they'll tell their friends about it, which is another thing. telling their friends about it for all that I'm introducing you today is huge. If you can get Mrs. Smith excited about something and you've sold her one and she's at home enjoying it, the next time she goes to a tennis match, she's going to tell her girlfriends. And guess what? They're not only going to purchase from your spa, your hospitality staff is going to say something like, sure, we'll put one for sensitive skin back for you. No problem there. We're so glad that you called. You know, it was Stacy that did Mrs. So-and-so, Mrs. Smith's facial. And Stacy has an opening, one tomorrow at 1 o'clock and another one on, on Friday at 3. If you would like, I'm happy to put you into one of those slots. She's very, very good, as obviously you already know. And what happens? Well, I can't do it this week, but okay, well, what about next week? What about next week? It's nuts. It's nuts. One thing leads to another, boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden, your clientele has just increased. The money that's spent out in the retail has just increased. I don't know, you might even get a commission on that stranger that walked in because Mrs. Smith told her all about it and she booked an appointment. Who knows? That'll be something that you have to ask about, because that's exactly what happens. Also, what happens when someone's got their face really cleansed and then they're massaging their products into it, we can claim that we double the efficiency of a pharmaceutical grade skincare. And that's big. That's big. Now, we double the efficiency of every skincare, because when you think about it, we're pushing oil of Olay further into the epidermis than it's ever been with this massage second function. The only thing is you're selling pharmaceutical grade. You might have a cosmeceutical grade as well, but I'm just saying you're also talking to them about how deep the penetration goes for their skincare and how it doesn't always reach where it's supposed to reach. It's formulated to go into the dermis. Sometimes we're lucky if it gets, half the way there. It just depends on so many things that have to, come together to be a perfect storm. And so why not sell them the insurance policy? Because then all of a sudden they're seeing things come alive. It's like using a new shampoo with your hair. You change shampoos and all of a sudden, wow, I got a little bit more body. Everything's going great. It's just a change. But the change is what was supposed to happen in the first place, where the skincare reaches the dermis layer. And it doesn't always happen until now, until the second function of this cleansing and massage device. It's really a miracle. So differences between 3 and 4, a whole bunch of massage differences, the speed differences, and here's I've got 2 4s in my hand. The big difference is that the consumer does not have to get back into their app. Okay, your client does not have to get back into their app in order to enjoy that second function. Okay, so that is the main difference. It's a little tricky setting the application because there's one for cleansing and one for massage. But I go through it all very slowly on a video so that they can program right along with me. So don't hesitate, and please don't think, oh, Mrs. Smith will never get that, because 3 has paved the way. We don't have many complaints now about the application being an inconvenience. In fact, if anything, your hospitality group can do it like that behind the counter if Mrs. Smith doesn't want to, depending on how much you cater to your client, how much time they have, and so forth and so on. The thing is, do not underestimate their talents. They actually pairing it with the app. Don't underestimate their pocketbook, because we are a highly sought after brand, gang. We've worked hard the last 10 years to get into some of the places we're in. And if Mrs. Smith leaves your spa and her next stop is a Nordstrom's, she's going to see this at Nordstrom's. And you never close the sale. You might not even have suggested the sale. So please educate them through that. When you say you're exiting the room, tell her, I'm going to go sit a Luna out for you. It'll be up front for you to look at to purchase. She may or may not purchase it. Depends on your hospitality group, which I call the closers. And if the hospitality group is watching this video, you know what you have to do. But guess what? Guess what? The esthetician will get the commission on this, and that's great. She's done her work. She's worked hard. But maybe she never suggested that a mini should go home with you as well. Mrs. Smith, you've got 2 teenagers. You've got a daughter named Gracie and a son named Jake. That's really my kid's name. But the thing is that they need a mini, which is our single functioning Luna, okay? Dual functioning, big size different, dual functioning, and oh, so many different things to choose from as far as, you know, what it can do for you. But then we've got a single functioning device as well. Look at the back of the single functioning Luna. It's very dense. It's because when these first came out 10 years ago, this was for my age. This was for younger folks. These are for people who don't have really a skincare regimen much. They cleanse, they put a light lotion on, maybe some makeup, maybe not, and away they go. This is for someone who might be acne prone in their hormonal years, your teenagers, your college kids, maybe that woman who just wants one for the gym bag because all she is going to do is put that light lotion on and hurry home and take a shower and so forth. Or she's got to go to the grocery store first or what have you. So the mini single functioning with the different surfaces, it actually addresses different skin types. Okay. So my skin type could be normal, could be sensitive. But my type is a 63-year-old woman who's got one heck of a skincare regimen because I'm clinging on to youth like nothing before. And I want everything I can get. I want the whole shebang, especially that frequency that stimulates blood cells, that helps to encourage collagen growth, that penetrates my product every single time I use it, not just some of the times. And then my daughter and my son, or maybe my niece that's leaving for college or whomever, I get them one of these. Of all the tools out in the market right now, everyone, we have the most recorded multiple sales. And when I say multiple sales, I don't mean just coming back and selling them something different next time, although that happens very, very frequently. I'm talking about them leaving with a couple things. Right now, the things they leave with the most are our microcurrent device and our new cleanser. That's what's happening right now. But with suggestive selling, and especially that gal that stands behind the hospitality counter that remembers that little, Diana, their daughter, came in for her first acne treatment, 6 weeks ago, and she's about to come into her second. This is what you need to sell her when she goes home. And pair it with that acne cleanser that she's got to continue to use, and that oil-free lotion that goes along with it. These things can be paired with many things you're already carrying in skincare, other little devices. I was in a spa the other day, and they had big terry cloth bands with a big bow, looked like Minnie Mouse, and it's to take your makeup off with it and so forth. And so I sold a mini in one of those bands for a young girl's birthday present. So she had it all going on, I'm sure, when she opened up that package. But think about the multiple sales, because they're there. Mini single functioning does everything that the Luna does. It also has to pair with an app, and then you never have to go back to the app again. So just keep that in mind for both of these, on the full grown big boy Luna and then the mini. Now, where we go from there is something that we brought back from several years ago. It is the Luna 4 Go. The Luna 4 Go is magical because we sell a lot of these. Okay, everybody sells a lot of these. These are sold in lots and lots of different places. This is the Play Plus 2. Okay, it is our only device that's run by AAA batteries. In my heart of heart, I don't consider it to be part of that foundation that we grew on, because the batteries peter out in time. You got to take the bottom off. Let me show you. You've got to take the bottom off. And what happens is people oftentimes just don't bother. Okay, they just toss it. And these are recyclable. Everything we get, everything we make is recyclable. But look at this. This is a Play Plus 2. Okay, and this is a Luna 4 Go. They look almost identical. They have the same outer casing, but they're not the same inside. All right, this one, AAA batteries. This one is rechargeable, has a lithium battery, and you can tell by the back. Okay, now look at what else it has, and it's very faint. There's nothing on this one but the on and off switch. But look at this one. When I tilt it and you can kind of catch the light, there's a minus sign and a plus sign. That's because when you turn it on, you can slow it down or you can speed it up. It kind of changed, if you can hear that, I don't know. But, and then you click it back off again. Okay, both are very good travel companions. I like this one more for a travel companion because, of course, you can never determine how long a battery is going to last, a AAA battery. Lithium battery, this is good for 300 uses, okay? 300 uses, and it's a forever device. This one, not so much, okay? So just know that this Luna 4 Go and this Play Plus 2 have a lot in common when you hold it in your hand, but when you actually click it on, there's a world of differences. So just know that. Don't you love our new pistachio green? I think that's a beautiful color. So, and of course, the Play Plus 2 comes in a lilac color and a bright peach color, almost orange. And so it's a good one. $69, $129. So you tell me what's best for your demographic. I would like people to say, I'm going to carry the Luna 4s, of course. I'm going to carry the Mini, and I'm going to carry this. But up front, separate from all my other Lunas, I'm going to carry this for my massage clients, for clients that don't actually get services with our spa, but come in to shop. And I'm going to put it in a big glass vase. I'm going to put it in a big glass vase, and it'll be right up front. It will be the bubble gum at the grocery store impulse item is what it would be. But when someone comes out of the treatment room and you let them know, somebody who's actually experienced it now, they might want this for their overnight case, but they're definitely going to want this for their vanity at home to sit right next to all their skincare and so forth. So that kind of gives you an idea of all the Lunas that we have on the market right now. I will say this. The Luna 4 was ridiculously popular in 2017, 2018, maybe 2016 too, actually, when I think about it. It's been around for quite a long time. And we've been asked to bring it back time and time again. So now we have it. And I'm very, very happy to announce that. So what is left in the Generation 4 launch? What is left that's new that you've never seen before? Hang on to your hats because I have the body brush. Does that look familiar? Does that remind you of your Avon lady? We have new soap on a rope, only we have a body brush on a rope, and it's fabulous. There's the back end of it. There's the off and on switch. There's that plus and minus sign again, so you can speed it up or slow it down. And look at the swirls. Now I'm going to do it sideways. Do you see them going all different directions? Look at here. This is what you cleanse your face with, right? Okay. This is what you cleanse your body with. Maximum exfoliation, and it feels great. And I've got mine, set at its highest speed, of course, because that's just me. But you could be in the bathtub with it set at lower speed and really starting to really relax for the first time, in the day, and get ready to go to bed, and you'll be jello is what you'll be. So this is the body brush. Comes in a real pretty, I should have had more out. Well, here's the peach color. Here's the beautiful peach color. And then it also comes in a lilac color. So you've got three choices for the body brush. This is a new category for us, and I think you're going to be seeing more goodies like this from FOREO. So I can't wait. But the body brush is definitely something you could have it amongst our products on your shelf for a multiple sale within FOREO. But this belongs over in your lotions and bath bombs and exfoliators and body products that, there's some really good exfoliators out. And I've noticed as I'm going into more and more spas these days, there are more exfoliators out there. Well, you can use this fine with an exfoliator. If the exfoliator is harsher as far as the product that it is, chemically and so forth, then you want to absolutely positively make sure that you suds this up with another soap and do your fingertips just like I showed you on the others, and then rinse it really good before you hang it on your little faucet and let it dry, because you don't want to leave a chemical on any of our products. Y'all, there is a silicone cleansing spray that we have. This isn't so much for the body brush that I was just holding, but for instance, if you, and you know, a lot of you know, if you have our Lunas in your back bar right now, here, I'll take a Luna 3. That one will look familiar to you in your pink. This is what your back bar looks like, okay? This is our little stand that we have. And right beside that stand in your back bar should be one of these silicone cleaning sprays. And I'll tell you why. Because health department people will come in and they'll want to know, how do you clean this? How often do you clean it? What's going on with that? Well, that's their job. They should. But you don't want to go into the land of barbicide and the land of spray disinfectants that cling to the surface. That is not what you want. None of the heavy duty ones. This is a cosmetic grade alcohol. Does exactly what it's supposed to do, kills all the bacteria on the surface of any Luna just on contact, and then you can rinse it off. Some people don't rinse it off, and I'd like you to, but here's the thing. The health department just needs to see this, and then they don't need to see soaking trays or anything else. They won't ask any other questions. It'll be sitting right there, and it'll be a done deal. Okay. I don't know one state that we sell to, which we sell to all 50 states, Canada and so forth. And we're in nearly 100 countries. In fact, we might be in 100 countries by now. And everybody's got somebody to answer to. So put this beside yours so that they know that you're on the ball. I know the rest of your spa is on the ball, and I know your treatment room is as well. So make sure that that you have one of these sitting beside. You may never use it. You don't have to use it because of the other way that you cleanse with that dollop of antibacterial soap. The thing is that you're rinsing it really, really clean. This one, if for some reason you had to use it between clients, you could, but the sebum, the dead skin, so everything would still be on the touch points. This is only making it bacteria free. So you've got to, of course, clean them up between every client. And you already know that. While I'm on some little things like this, our microfoam cleanser is just about to come out. Actually, I think it has come out, and I just haven't ordered one for myself yet. 2.0. And this is the little mini one. That's, of course, the larger too. Our foaming cleanser, when it comes out, it just kind of looks like a cleanser. When you start distributing it on a wet face, and then you put your Luna to it, it foams up. And then it's working. And don't use too much because it foams up, and then you've got a whole bunch. So so you should try the micro cleanser. It's really kind of state of the art, because usually when you put a cleanser in your hand, it's what you get, but not with ours. The more you work with it, the more it feels so luscious and so slippery. It's really a nice cleanser. And the 2.0 is just new and improved. We're all about new and improved here these days. Okay, let's talk about a couple. We've only really got 4 treatment type tools. The first one, I think, is probably the most popular for Christmas presents. If you have a teenager in your house, this is what you buy them for Christmas. You turn on this little side. Oops, I got the wrong one. On off right there, and then you see a little red light in there. It's really blue light technology. It's our acne pin. If I were feeling a little tender right here and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm getting a pimple, I just take this end with this little magnifying glass here and put it on that surface. Do you see the blue light light up? When the blue light lit up, oh, there's something I should have mentioned at the beginning of this class. I can feel the transdermal pulsations. Okay, that's that low frequency. That's that second function in your big Luna. We have it on all of our tools. Shame on me for not mentioning it earlier. I feel that transdermal pulsation, and it's kind of tickling me right now. it just quit and the light went off. Okay, 30 seconds. So you'll go back on the face and it turns on all automatically. You can feel the motor getting stronger and stronger, that transdermal pulsation happening stronger and stronger and stronger. And then after 30 seconds, it turns off. Do that about 3 times on clean skin and go to bed. Get up the next morning, cleanse your face, and start it all over again. Do it 3 or 4 times. By that time, that little teardrop shaped pool of bacteria is gone. It zapped it. The blue light technology zapped it. So this is our acne pin, okay? And know that it is a wonderful gift for anybody of any age. I've had more adult acne over my scars from being a teenager than ever before, because I can't get it through my head to cleanse to wash my cell phone up and get it bacteria free. So there's a lot of adult acne out there as well. But you have a teenager in your life that hasn't quite started with that yet. That's the time to get it. That's the time. Get ahead of the acne. Dermatologists talk about the Luna Mini and how they'd never have any acne clients if they would have had these 20 years ago, because this helped teenagers get ahead of acne. And obviously it does a lot more than that. It runs a lot deeper. It helps them have more self-confidence. It helps them to actually, be proud of their health of their skin and so forth and so on. And so many times parents just don't go through the paces with them. Maybe no one went through it with them. I don't know. But for our children, for the life of our children, if you can get ahead of that acne, they may never have to have a sober moment, realizing that they're not looking their best, they don't feel the best about themselves and so forth and so on. And that's important. That's important in teenagers' lives and in everybody's life. So this acne pen does a lot of good, and it's a great gift. Our most popular add-on device used to be for the treatment room was our iris. Now our microcurrent bear has taken over, but the iris is still there. When you click on the iris, okay, you feel that transdermal pulsation again. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Transdermal means T-sonic technology. That's what it is. It's T-sonic technology. And transdermal means it's going into the dermis layer. In other words, that sound wave is radiating all the way into the dermis, which means that blood is flowing even better than ever. Now, this has wonderful possibilities for your eye area. I turn it sideways, you can see how it works. When you click it on, the transdermal pulsations come on. There's a plus and a minus sign there. You can slow it down or speed it up. When you click it again, that transdermal pulsations, that T-sonic technology goes away, and it's just the massage. I don't know anybody in their right mind that ever does this without the transdermal pulsation. All of these products, click them one more time and it turns off. All of these products have that transdermal pulsation for the mere sake of penetration, blood stimulation, and relaxation. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It relaxes you so much, especially if you have someone on the table. So you take this iris and you click it on. And let's say your client has dark circles. Okay, let's say they have dark circles. There's that vein right there. You tuck that right into here, okay? And yes, I'll have my concealer on this in no time, but let's just hold it there on that vein, okay? You can see the vein with me. Ooh, I don't even want you to see it. It's just a dark, it's a vein that's hard to cover up, and it's dark because oftentimes the blood gets very, very sluggish and causes your tear trough to be ridiculously purple or dark. And that's when you're talking about dark circles under the eyes, this will take care of it. It will also open up, stimulate these lymph glands and open up your sinuses. You put a dot of any kind of eucalyptus or tea tree oil or Vicks, for crying out loud, right here on the day where you wake up with allergies, and your whole world will get back to normal. Thank goodness. Okay, can I get my glasses back on? The thing is that this is very easy to operate. And by the way, neither one of these go on an app. You just turn them on and go to town. So that is the good thing about the iris. And of course, you can get it on your forehead and up into this area and around your brows and so forth as well. It works everywhere, especially works with a really good lip serum, getting these, all of these little wrinkles around my mouth gone. Okay. So just know that the iris is so versatile. A lot of women will cleanse their face at night, put all their product on, and then they go watch the news, and they'll take this with them and just be doing this the whole time they're watching the news. Okay. So this is really great. The blood stimulation on the back side of this Luna and these other treatment devices. Oh, it makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. All right. Now, those are two great treatment devices. Here are the big boys, the granddaddies of them all, the UFO2 and the Bear. Let's talk a little bit about the Bear first. The Bear is our microcurrent device, also comes in a fuchsia pink, hot pink, and our conducting fluid, okay? And it's a serum that is watery. I mean, it's very, here, let me show you. It is like, it just drips. Look at, you can see it. It just drips, okay? It is, it's one of those products that you think, I don't think that's gonna work. That's not thick enough. I'm used to using my New Face gel. I said the N word, the New Face gel. And I actually like the New Face gel, only it got too thick on my face, but I loved it because I didn't have to wash it off. Well, eventually I had to wash it off. And that's just because my makeup didn't set well with it. The thing is that this actually sits on the outer layers of your skin. Your skin's not going to feel slimy, but just for a New York second. And the gel, of course, makes it look slimy, but here makes it feel slimy. The Bear is very, it's set apart from everything else. You, for instance, our competitor, when you turn it on, it's on. Ours doesn't turn on until you touch your skin with it. And then you feel that transdermal pulsation that I was talking about. And it's very relaxing. I'm putting this on my calloused hands because I can feel it twitching, but I'm not getting shocked. So let's talk a little bit about shocks. So you put your serum on, a couple pumps go a long way, get it onto your face. I do my face first, and then I do my neck second, because I want to add a little bit more serum. You don't really have to. Two big pumps will get you covered. But I spend too much time on my face because I'll spend a good 5 minutes on my face, and most people spend, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And sometimes my phone rings and so forth. So then I put more on more serum on my face. This serum is a hyaluronic acid complex, is what it is. So it is good for you. A lot of people use this serum just by itself. The thing is that it will somewhat penetrate the top layers of your epidermis. And so even though you don't have slippery skin, you'll still be able to glide this across. Just believe me. I know it's hard to believe watching, but it is. So let's talk a little bit about the Bear and what sets us apart from everything else. First of all, I've got 3. Ooh, it's starting because I touched it. Okay, I've got, skip to 4, 5. All right, this is an app-driven device. You don't have to have your phone with you. We're in manual mode right now, as I demonstrated. But I went in and I set everything to its highest intensity. So this is a high intensity when you see 5 dots. If I had a 35 to 55-year-old woman on my table, no big deal. Those 5 would be fine. If I wanted to do maybe a little lip work, for instance, I might take it down to 1, and then, oops, it turned itself off because I hadn't used it. Hold on, let's turn it back on again. It turns itself off after 3 minutes, by the way, if you don't use it. But here's the thing. You can go down to 1 dot, you can go down to 2 dots. It just depends. And it will depend on who you're working on, as far as, you don't want to do a microcurrent device on an 83-year-old woman's, skin. You don't need to have that kind of intensity. And actually, being that #1 add-on service for facials these days is actually is actually microcurrent, you want to be careful on who you're using it on and why did they buy it in the first place. So, okay, so I've taken this down to 1 and I've added 1 and I've added, there's 1 more. I'm going to hold it right there on Mrs. Smith's lips and it'll be just fine. They'll be able to feel it twitching, but they won't get shocked. Now, this will enable you to never get shocked if you've got enough on places. But here's the thing. The anti-shock system works independent of the serum. The serum is just a conductor. So 2 pumps should do you just fine. But the anti-shock is something very, very special. These sensors measure the thickness, okay, the thickness of your skin 100 times per second, 100 times per second. So you could be doing this bit and catch the edge of your tear trough and you won't feel a shock, you won't feel anything. And that's because it's measuring the thickness of the skin as it's coming up on that tear trough. The skin is thinning, it's measuring that and it's thinning at a rapid rate and it immediately backs off. You might still have 3 dots showing, but it's backed off to 1 or maybe none. All right, so this determines your fate right here. Okay, so even though I recommend put a little bit of serum where you're going to be doing specialty work and holding it, I just think that's best for a comfort level and for the hydration of the skin as well. If you're doing lots of work in cramped up spaces, the mini is also very, very good. The 5 dots that you see right now, the last 3, okay, the less intense are the ones that the bear mini have. Okay, so why do we have 2 bears? And I notice our competitors come out with a mini as well. Look at the size of these spheres and these. Okay, our competitor does not have spheres that small, and they certainly don't have the variety of knowing, or the pleasure of knowing when their tool is on, unless you want to wait 30 seconds for a beep. All right, so what happens? This touches the skin. You feel that transdermal pulsations. If you don't want to feel it, you can double click on that and that'll go away, still giving you the intensity of the microcurrent. Most people like that because it relaxes their client on the table. It relaxes you at home. So I like to have it on, but you could double click it once you turn it on and that will go away. Just remember to double click it back in case somebody else is using this after you, because they're going to think it's broken. Because if you don't get shocked and you don't have a beep, you're not going to know it's on, even though it might be on full tilt. Okay, so FOREO Mini, or Bear Mini. Well, I guess they're both by FOREO, so that's okay. All right, this comes in lavender as well. That comes in hot pink. So remember, both spheres, okay, I want to make sure it's off. Both spheres have to be on the face in order for it to turn on. Okay, and the way you turn it on is you click it there. You see the dots that you have already pre-programmed. You click it onto your skin and you can feel that transdermal pulsation and you can hear it as well. And you're ready to roll. Take it off, it stops. You put it back on the skin, starts back up. You take it off, put it back on the skin. It's great. These are in back bars in so many places. You know, when I first started with FOREO in 2014, and I started going into a lot of luxury spas, I immediately replaced their Clarisonics with the professional Lunas, and wasn't intentional at all. I think people were tired of soaking trays and the cleanup and the replacement of brushes and so forth. And as you can see, there's no replacement of brushes on our Lunas. In fact, there's really nothing that you have to buy additional for any one of our devices, except for this last one that I'm going to tell you about. The thing is that I replaced the Clarisonics because the user abused Clarisonics. They flushed out the brushes, they pushed hard, they grinded back and forth their epidermis, stealing their elasticity from them. We don't do that. We are the most gentle line of tools you'll ever meet, right down to the bear not shocking you. Let me repeat that, right down to the bear not shocking you. And at first I didn't believe it could happen. It happens. The user-friendly part varies from how easy we are to clean up which was another clarisonic problem. People would just hold it under hot water, shake it and go, that's fine. They'd pick up that wet and bacteria-ridden nylon bristle brush again with all those encasings with the bacteria there and grind it right back harshly into their epidermis the next morning. They were getting, you know, they were feeling clean, but they weren't clean at all. And so it's crazy. Now we're going into treatment rooms and we're realizing we're replacing our other competitor. I think NuFace has a very good product, and they've had it for well over 10 years now. It might be much longer than that. However, now there's an anti-shock sensor. Now there's a point where you can feel that transdermal pulsation. And I'm not kidding. It could be the difference between Mrs. Smith going, yeah, I guess I do want to try the microcurrent too. Oh, this microcurrent isn't bad at all. I guess I was expecting something different. Everyone's expecting something different. Our microcurrent coupled with this is a dream come true. Now, can you use other conducting serums? Yes, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say you have to use ours. But I'll tell you, there's not a better complex. Squalene oil, squalane, hyaluronic acid. There's just a bevy of really good ingredients here. This is something they could use alone. And if they didn't even want to do the microcurrent that day, they could use this as a hyaluronic acid complex. Now, let me make it clear. This is not a pure hyaluronic acid. This is not a pharmaceutical grade serum. It has other things in it. It will not go all the way to the derm layer, and that's okay because you got to have a conductor with this. But it can work as your hyaluronic acid complex in a second. So just know that as well. It's good. It's great. And I love the delivery. I love the delivery. Our new skincare line that will be out soon. The delivery of the skincare line is unbelievable. It's so respectful of the user, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So stay tuned for that, along with our blackhead remover that actually has a vacuum involved. Who would have thought? So we've got full LED masks coming out. I mean, crazy things that I didn't think we'd ever go that far, but you can't stop the brothers that own this company. You can't stop them for 1 minute. They love technology and they want to be the best. And so far, everything we've come out with, we're the best. It's great. And you all are buying it over and over and over again from us. We cherish those relationships, absolutely cherish them. And there's more to come, and we're not going to disappoint. All right, let's talk about our last tool, the UFO 2. Now, the UFO 2 again, can be pre-programmed, so you do not have to have an app or a phone in your treatment room, but you do have to have an app, okay? I'm going to not turn on my app for right now, and I'm just going to click this, okay? That is room for, I believe it's seven masks, okay? And it's kind of funny because the UFO, you can pre-program masks on. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3rd mask, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, okay, 7 masks. Okay, good. This one is called Make My Day. It started without me because I didn't click it anymore. So Make My Day and Call It a Night have the exact same sequence of, now listen carefully, LED lights. There's a little metal plate here that will either get warm, pretty warm, or very cold, okay? And then soon it will start in my hand, the transdermal pulsation, okay? Okay, I don't know if you can hear that or not. It truly is a UFO because it's just like, it has a mind of its own. So now it's going through. So you're thinking, what is this? This is a box of masks. These are shimmer-free masks. These are sheet masks. They look like this in the box. This one's Manuka honey. Okay, they look like this in the box. Okay, I'm going to turn this off in case you can hear that buzzing sound. And I just hold it down and I turned it off. So, ooh, that was pretty warm when I turned it off. This is a Manuka honey mask. When you take and you rip the top of it off and you reach out in there, there's a white sheet mask. It's a fiber sheet mask and kind of fiber and resin. And you take your UFO, you take this ring off, set it down, put the sheet mask over it. There's a little indentation here, and It fits that indention right there. And you click that sheet mask into place. Okay, so now that is in that indention and you've got a white sheet mask here, and it's real gooky and kind of slimy. Those are highly technical terms, by the way. All of the essence of that mask is on there. And so when you turn it on, you start to do this. And it's for your face, neck, and décolleté. All right, now you do not have to use your phone or your app with it because I've got ones pre-programmed in it. But let's say you're the mad scientist esthetician, which I have a lot of in my book of business, and you use I don't know, essential oils, or you use some Babor products that are for acne, for instance, or you've got another line that you like to use specifically for certain needs of your clients. For that, you do have to use your app, and you do have to have your phone in the treatment room. So rest assured, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that I've showed you today that needs a phone in your room until right now, this very second. And like I said, you have pre-programmed masks, and so that part is good, but you also could get into your mad scientist mode. There's my app. I'm going to click on it. And it went back to my Luna 4, but I want to click on the UFO 2. And I want to click on Smart Mask. Okay, I'm going to click on Smart Mask because I want you to see. Oh, it just turned my UFO back on again. And this is the back room of the UFO. Now, if I set this down, it's going to, no, I'm not going to set it down. I want you to see this. Okay, watch this. Oh, I can't do it there. Okay, watch this. No, it's not going to do it. Okay, there. I just pressed blue and it turned to blue. I can't do this. Oh, wait, let me do this. I just pressed blue, but let's say I want to work on my wrinkles. There's the red. No, I want to work on my hyperpigmentation. There's the green. What if I want to work on wrinkles and hyperpigmentation? Then I get that yellowy green color. Maybe I want to work on wrinkles and I want to rid myself of bacteria. Then I've got some blue and some red in there. So you can, it's whatever you want the gambit to be that it changes to. Okay, now that's all great for the LED light, but let's put some pulsations in. You could take it all the way up to 8, and I'm pretty certain you can hear that. And it's really, really pulsating in my hand right now. It's tickling my hand. And I'm going to take it down. I'm going to take it down. In fact, I'm going to turn it off so you can really hear what I'm saying, because this next one is a humdinger. I'm going to press cold on the UFO 2. See this little blue square right here? Now, it might be blurry, but it's actually a thermostat, and it's telling you how cold this plate is getting. And by the way, it's getting mighty cold, and it's going down. Okay, so right now it's on 10 Celsius, and it's gonna keep going. But let's say I click on the heat. Okay, I clicked on the heat. Now that little blue square is red. And there it's heating up on my fingers right now. So I felt the heat, I felt the cold a minute ago. Now I feel the heat. Can you imagine doing an acne treatment and being able to click this on heat with blue light technology and getting rid of opening those pores and getting rid of all that bacteria? Then at the end of your acne treatment, you click on the cool, and you're going to click on, it could be anything. It could be green. It depends on what their skin is actually looking like. But the green light is a nice soothing, and definitely to smooth out texture in their skin and so forth. And then it's cold, and it's closing up those pores and shrinking the large pores. Now, does it shrink it permanently? No, nothing does, but it does for that time. It does for that time. So this is a ridiculously flexible, whatever you're feeling like doing, Mr. and Mrs. Esthetician, and you have an aid. And this just sits flat on your counter. Your client never even knows. It's sitting away from you, and all you're doing is you're reaching over and clicking a button, and you've got this on their face. A lot of people switch it over their left hand, and then all of a sudden, they'll tap it on there, and they're still doing, and all of a sudden the client on your table's going, oh, it's it's getting cold now. It's getting cold now. Yes. And you can say, in a second, it's going to start getting cold. I mean, they're just astonished by that. And then, of course, they go out into the lobby or the boutique area, and they purchase one for themselves. And they have 12, 13 masks to choose from, I think it is. This is from our farm to face selection of masks. There's manuka honey, ackee berry, coconut oil, green tea, Bulgarian rose. There's quite a few different ones. And then this is from our advanced one. This Shimmer Freak just happens to be for your eyes. It's caffeine infused. It has a lot of cryotherapy involved to take that puffiness out of your eyes and so forth. But there's a hyaluronic acid one. There's a collagen protein one. There's a Matte Maniac, which is a charcoal mask for acne. So there's a huge selection of masks. And they even come in large sheet masks that the everyday sheet mask you get. Ours is far from every day, but it's large. You can put them on your face, and instead of clicking them onto your UFO, you can just do this over the UFO. So if you really want, to lie down while you've got a mask, you definitely can do that, because we have the larger ones as well. So we offer the professional. We offer the professional a bevy of different tools and serums and so forth, and I'm about to offer you a whole entire line to make your life, your career, your everyday, trials minimal. No pressure, no stress. You've got the tools, you've got whatever it takes to make you successful. The thing is that you might not want to do a UFO on somebody. You might talk him into microcurrent. You might have set up a good 5 minutes, 4 minutes in that 50-minute facial for extractions, but you don't need that now. You only had 2 left, and boom, boom, they were gone. And so now you can talk about something else. Doesn't even have to be our products. It could be, the skincare or something else that's new in the spa. We free up your time, and we free up your mind, and we definitely take your stress level down, because we have excellent tools that have been, the thought process that goes into our tools are crazy. I can't even imagine, to be honest, but we have products that sell, and I love that. On my YouTube page, there are lots of different, I'm saying, sorry about that. There's videos on just about everything, but there's a video on why the app, and I think it's on our Pro Channel Hub as well. I'm standing on the rooftop of a high-tech building in Austin, Texas, with the 360 bridge behind me. And I'm saying, hey, I'm from high-tech land right here. My home is in Texas. And the thing is that I go ahead and state some of the reasons why we have an app. We have a widely sought after group of tools. People love to divert our tools. People love to copycat our tools. When you have an app and you put a tool onto that app, a tool that you've just recently purchased, your warranty automatically goes into effect. For the salon owner or the spa owner, that simply means you don't get any tools back, which you rarely do with us anyway. But if you had a client with a problem, there's a little, I'm already out of my app, so I don't think I can get it back. But there it is right there. See, there's a little icon down there. That's customer service. If you got a problem, you click on that, and what happens? They help you. If you need a replacement, they send you a return label, or the client a return label. They send it back, and they send them a new one. You don't have anything to do with it then. You don't have a pile of returns in the back. I mean, it's crazy. This app takes care of a lot of things. But let's say I sold you, one of my clients, Lunas. I kept selling them. You're doing great. I'm thinking you're doing wonderful. And then all of a sudden, my boss calls me and says, we've got a Luna that was sold to so-and-so spa that ended up in Taiwan. I don't know how that happened, but it came from them. And so then I have to cut you off. And it pains me to tell you how many people we cut off, but we do not put up with diversion. We do not play around with that. We try to keep our brand as pure as possible. We're in a lot of different levels of retail. And some you might see are discontinued, product at a retail store. Nordstrom's and Sephora's and things like that, they have pretty much up to date. Our professional always has up to date. I will not sell anything that's not up to date, because you deserve the very best, and the very best in the highest technology. And your clients deserve you to need you to know that, so that they get the facial and other treatments that they deserve themselves. So it's a domino effect. So we don't mess around with old generations. We keep going with the new. As soon as Luna 4 came out, we started asking the people who had them, what could we improve on? What is missing here? What don't you like? And you know what? I can honestly say everybody's in love with everything. Oh my gosh, it's a dream come true. And that's great. But we start making corrections when we start hearing about things, because we want to keep our Lunas and everything else alive and well. We want to stay competitive in the market, and we want to stay up there at #1. And that's why we ask questions. That's why when you call and ask questions, we make a video about it. I'm about to make a video on what's the difference between 3 and the 4th generation, so that people will know. I'm also going to make a video on what the difference is between these 2 little boogers, because people aren't realizing that, so that you can get onto our Pro Channel Hub and my YouTube, depending on what type of video it is, and learn yourself what is happening, learn what is actually going on, and so forth. So anyway, in conclusion, because I think I've covered everything that I've set out and that I was determined to teach you. The thing is I want to tell you thank you. I want to tell you thank you for buying our product. I want to tell you thank you for listening to me ramble on. I hope that I gave you some good advice. I want you all to think about gift with purchases. If there's something coming up in your spa, I'd like to know about it. I might be able to help you with a gift with purchase. If you're getting, if you carry SkinCeuticals, or you carry whatever, and they're about to have 20% off of an eye cream, for instance, then you need to take your iris and put that eye cream with it and make it a duo promotion, that kind of thing. That is really important in this day and age. All of us are fighting websites and so forth. And I hate it. I just hate it. I wish that there was something I could do to prevent that, to be honest, but there isn't. And we make money from websites, obviously, and you might have one yourself. The thing is that you always want to be, I don't know, one up on them. Well, your client will say, should I get that on the website? No. My spa always has a gift with purchase with something. And you get those little packets of skincare from whatever skincare you have. You need to be getting those little onion skin bags that have the tie on the top that you can see through, and putting in a selection of 3 or 4 of those, and making sure that that skincare rep knows you want as many as possible, even if you have to purchase some. And you make sure that little bag is on with, with a Luna or with that. When our skincare comes out, I'll be giving it away, because I want to make sure everyone's trying our skincare and they have a chance to send some home with a client. This is a highly competitive field these days, between skincare and tools and just the beauty business in general, trying to tell people how to, what to eat, what to use topically, what supplements should you use, what tools should you use. It's coming at the consumer from all different sizes, from all different ways and all different sizes. It could be a big promotion that comes on an email blast. It could be just something small that you say in the treatment room. But never, ever forget, you're their expert. You want them to always come to you. You want them to feel like you're the person that they ask all those questions to. And though you might not want those phone calls sometimes because you're busy, or you might not want to talk about it in the treatment room, if you don't educate them or send them to my YouTube page, or however you do it, somebody else will, and somebody else will get that sale. And unfortunately, the more sales they get, they're liable to get your service dollars as well. It is a huge billions of dollar money-making machine, the beauty business. Never in my wildest dreams, in all of my years of beauty, did I think it would be like this. And it doesn't matter if it's a recession or if the money's flowing. If a woman wants something bad enough, they're going to get it. You know what I'm talking about, and you know it's the truth. So be Johnny on the spot. Be the helpful person. Educate your clients and let them know, I would love for you to buy this, to purchase this. If you don't purchase it today, promise me you'll think about it, because I really am thinking this is going to solve your skincare problems when it comes to this or when it comes to this. And if just all in all, product penetration and blood stimulation. As soon as people start knowing about that, they start buying, because now things make sense to them. I can't learn anything unless I learn first things first, and then I go from there. I'm that kind of a learner. They might be the very same thing. So be thorough. Be thorough in your talks with your client. I know you don't have that much time. They know you don't have that much time. Fit it in. You can do it. Depend on the people up front. They can help you. That's what they're trained to do. Let them have a commission every once in a while. Let them have a Starbucks gift card from you with you saying thank you for helping, close your sales, things like that. This is a team effort, and it's to make your client feel very, very special and well taken care of. Well taken care of. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so much for being a FOREO fanatic. I'm glad I'm not the only one out there. God bless you all, and thank you very much.